Hey y'all, I'm back, because just like Amberlynn blaming an ex again, I guess I just don't know when to quit. That's right, Smugglin is back to doing her best to conjure up a side character for drama and to try to convince us once again how it's all Beck's fault. I guess Amber didn't get as much sympathy as she wanted with her recent health incident, even if she did seem to be kind of enjoying it at the time.
Update, they've taken my blood, EKG, blood pressure, which when I first got here I was scared, so it was high, but now it's normal. And then I had a CT scan, which I was not expecting that. But they're just, oh yeah, an X-ray on my heart. So they're doing everything they can to help me, because yeah.
I do think it's interesting how she wasn't too worried until they sent her home and she was settled back in all by her lonesome. The luster of hijacking Mother's Day and getting ER attention must have worn off, though, because when no further sympathy bones showed up, our girl pivoted right back to her favorite victim card in the pity deck, Victim Uno Reverse. That's right, folks, we're back to dragging Beck and clickbait and mental illness and Amberlynn's latest Let's Talk. Beck silenced me with proof, and I'm a narcissist, LMAO. Now, it's worth keeping in mind that Beck hasn't actually posted in over a month ever since the Dakota mess sent them back into their hidey hole. But Amber's bringing it up anyway. I'm sure the irony is very lost on her.
Hello, welcome to another Let's Talk video. Let's get straight into sweet and sour. You guys, I forgot to do my eyebrows. Do not come for me, even though I know you will. Windows 9.6 said, I feel sorry for your mother, Amber. She doesn't. Blame Loki said, Amber has at least 100 pounds on Feudy. Yes, I do. Bampa Jangs 2344 said, that's crazy for you to say considering you have a filter on and still look busted as fuck. I have no filter on right now. I'm just busted naturally, what can I say? MJ for Life California said, love you, Amberlynn. I love you.
All right, we've got our self-drags in with some supporting comments before we get our little ass pat. It's a pattern with her for sure. Take yourself down before everyone else can take you down, right? Did it work?
You too. Dark Humor 42 said, they didn't open the floodgates, you did, by talking about them for years. You're so
Dark Humor 42 got it right, but Amber doesn't see it.
stupid. All right, you guys, I have a timeline. Let's do it. This took a while. I had to go through so many videos. It was insane. Please keep in mind that these videos I'm about to show you is before Beck announced that they only want to go by they, them. On September 7th, Beck sent me a text message threatening me, saying, do not speak about me. And it was after I shared our proposal story.
Now let's read this threat because she goes by it real quick with a screenshot. It is up and out in a flash. Last effing warning. Stop talking about me. All you do is talk shit about me, and I just want to forget you and all of the bullshit. I will stop being silent if you don't. And I'm not the only one who has a lot to say about you. Final effing warning. Take my name out of your mouth, and I can get the law involved. So this is not just, I'm gonna call the cops if you don't stop talking about me. This is stop talking shit about me, which is totally different. We all know what this means. Stop lying about me. Stop trying to make me look bad. Stop trying to cast me in a disparaging light for your benefit. And there is a little bit of a threat there, but it's a threat that any playground child should be able to wrap their head around. Quit lying about me, or I'm going to tell the truth on you. Quit spreading rumors about me, or I'm going to tell everyone what I got on you. If she was just speaking her truth, telling things how they really happened, what's to be worried about? What would the law do?
Threaten the law, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna take this seriously. Not out of fear, because you're allowed to share what you want. It was out of respect. So on September 13th,
But you didn't take it seriously.
2022, I uploaded a video saying I was no longer going to talk about Beck. Is it true that you told Becky you wouldn't talk about her if she didn't talk about you? So this is actually the final time I will talk about Becky. No.
So you're gonna not talk about Beck anymore. After this, after talking about her right now, then I'm not gonna talk about her. Except even that wasn't true.
Oh, this is not my choice. She doesn't want me speaking about her, which...
So here I am speaking about her, Classic Amber, once again, let me reach into my pile of old lies to find something to support my new lies. And as I just pointed out, Beck has not posted in over a month. Why is Amber doing this right now? Because somebody left a comment about it? Sure.
Fine. That's great. I spent the last 5 years of my life with her, surrounded by her family, surrounded
Using them as an unpaid caretaker, using them as an unpaid employee.
by her friends.
It was the Beck show and you were just along for the ride, right?
Surrounded by her energy, her circle. I followed her life. I was part of her life.
You controlled their life. And I'm not just saying this because I believe Beck wholesale about everything they say. I don't. Do I think Beck is 100% honest? No. Do I think Beck is more honest about the situation with Amber than Amber is being? Both in the present and in this old video? Absolutely I do. I don't need Beck to be a perfect victim, and I don't need to believe Beck about every little thing that they've ever said to believe their story about their treatment at Amber's hands. Because the fact of the matter is, the things that Beck has said about Amber line up with what we saw on Amber's channel. The footage we saw where Amber was doing everything she could to cast herself in the best possible light, we all still saw what Beck has now just confirmed.
Those 5 years are being erased from my life.
No, they're not. Just because you can't talk about them on your YouTube channel doesn't mean they're erased from your life. And honestly, you still talked about them on your YouTube channel anyway.
Doesn't want me talking about her. I won't. I have so many things I want to say. So many things I want to say. You guys have.
If she doesn't want me talking about her, I won't proceed to talk about her. Even just saying you have so many things to say with that tone and that look on your face is saying something. And you know that it is. You know what you're implying. I got dirt on Beck. Okay.
I have no idea. I am just going to shove my pride away. I'm going to shove my thoughts and my feelings away and my...
Listen, girl, if you could swallow your pride as fast as you can swallow a wrong Panera bread order, we wouldn't be in the position we're in today. But here we all are. You sat there as you are now, and the haters over here hating.
Stories and experiences and things that I would like to share. Out of respect, because I'm not this cold-hearted person that people think I am, I will not be speaking about her anymore. This is what I can...
Except for when the audience asks me and I can't resist answering. Or when she hasn't posted in over a month, but I'm out of ideas for content and my hospital stint didn't get me the attention that I wanted fully. Then I'll speak about them. But other than that, I'm not going to speak about them.
Consider being silenced. There's a lot that I feel in my heart that...
You have a YouTube channel with over 200,000 subs that is all about your alleged personality, but you're being silenced. Okay.
I would like to discuss and say, but I'm just not going to because I'm not that person. If someone says literally to me, stop talking about me, then I'm gonna do it. I did not speak
unless the audience asks me, and then I will talk about them. But it wasn't my fault. It was the audience's fault. It was Beck's fault. It was the audience's fault. It was the GLP-1 company's fault. It was Mama Lynn's fault. It's always somebody else's fault.
About them until 2 years later. It was January 15th, 2024. So in my vlogs at the time, I was doing like mini Q&As, and someone had asked me a question about Beck because Beck was now speaking about me again out of literally nowhere. And this was my response. So the last question I'm gonna do is, how do you feel about Becky talking about you again? So honestly, I find it a little weird, only because she was the one who initially said, keep my name out your mouth, or the...
You alluded to the situation with Beck many times between these two videos. Allegedly, I guess. I don't know.
Law is gonna get involved. And then I think it was a few months later, I brought up the law just to remind her that that was initially what she wanted. It was my way of agreeing, but like now she's talking about me. I don't know. Share your story, share your truth, share what you think is your truth.
Unless it makes me look bad, in which case, shut the F up.
I don't know what else to say about it at this point because I'm just not really into this whole let's talk shit about our ex for money because I just wish her nothing but healing, happiness, health.
You talked shit about them while they were right next to you on live stream and y'all were together for money that you then didn't share with them. But okay. Sure. Again, you can agree or disagree with what Beck is doing on their channel, but whether or not they have the right to do that, I don't really think that's up for debate.
Success, all the good things in the world. Then a few months later, on April 4th, 2024, people were saying that I was faking being in a relationship because Beck and Destiny were both engaged and married.
No, people were saying you were faking being in a relationship because you have faked being in a relationship before. You've faked who your girlfriend is before. And you've lied about your love life many times, and you were acting pretty much how you act when you're faking something going on in your love life.
This is what I said in response to that. Guys, I have had an absolute influx of people contacting me about my exes. One has a new girlfriend, one is married. People are assuming I am single, which I get it. People are also assuming I'm jealous and bitter. Literally, no. I want both of them to be happy. I want them to move on from me and the relationships that we've had. I do have a love life, though. I very much do. I have talked about Valentine a little bit.
Oh, that's your love life you're going to reference here? Valentine? Just a reminder, Valentine is Erica, the married woman who, along with her wife, decided to troll Amberlynn and then allegedly fell for her. Okay, yeah, you have a love life. What she has is trolls like Erica and Brittany, or clout chasers like Alexis, or more sinister things like Emily in her DMs coming at her. That's what she has, but we can call that a love life if you want. Sure, why not?
I have talked about her, and it was before my ex got a girlfriend. It was before my ex got married, because I'm over there on Instagram like, yeah, I do have, a little love life going. Just know that I'm very happy, and I'm also happy for my exes. I'm not some like jealous, bitter, crazy ex. I've moved on. I want you guys to do the same. We are all our own separate individuals living our own separate lives, and I just really, truly think it's time. Just let me.
Honestly, this is just my opinion. This is just a wackadoo conspiracy theory type moment that I've had in my head before, but I honestly believe that if Destiny called her right now and said, I left my wife, let's go. Come on, girl. She'd be gone. She'd be there. She would be still to this day all about it. I really do think Destiny is her one that got away. But whatever.
Be me, and I no longer want to be like Destiny's ex or Becky's ex. Like, I am happy, and I'm also happy for my exes. Like, I am capable of feeling that way. I never spoke about Beck just randomly. I was always prompted to by my.
And you had to answer those questions. The audience asked, and you just had to give them what they want. It's their fault, not your fault. It's Beck's fault. It's the audience's fault. It's Destiny's fault. It's Hater Nation's fault. But it's never Amber's fault. It's Mama Lynn's fault. It's the system's fault. It's whoever it needs to be other than Amber.
My audience. 99.9999999% of the time, I ignored it. But there were 2 times that I actually responded, and that was my responses that I just showed you. I was respectful in both of those clips.
Well, you can believe that or not. That's your choice, but we were all watching, Amber.
Keep in mind, between the September stuff where they threatened me with the law and then the 2 years that I did not speak about them,
except when you were prompted by your audience, which wasn't your fault.
They were speaking about me randomly, and I still chose not to speak about them. But
except when you were prompted by your audience, so it wasn't your fault.
Whenever I did those 2 clips, I still made sure to be respectful. Then it was sometime in January of 2025, I was watching a live stream.
I don't know. What do y'all think? Would you call making a little smirky face while you say, I have lots I could say. I have lots of things I could say about you. Would you consider that respectful? I wouldn't. Personally, for me, I would find that at least borderline disrespectful, depending on the person in the situation.
And they were saying things that were just not true, very much speculation. So I was like, okay, I'm watching the live stream, so I'm just going to chime in.
When we broke up, I felt bad. I assume that's what it said. She's got it cut off here. Let her have all the money she needed. Again, you don't have to believe Beck about everything they say. You don't have to think they're a perfect victim. You can think Beck is an e-beggar or a grifter. And this can also still be a lie. But Feline didn't like that, which doesn't surprise me because we all know Feline was there for the Amberlynn Love Bombing Gift Fest.
To clarify,
it makes sense based off what you know, but your opinion would probably change if you knew everything. Classic Amber, once again, you don't know the real me, you guys. But what we do know is what you've showcased for a decade on your very own YouTube channel where you film every little thought that passes through your brain cavern. But okay. What these screenshots are supposed to prove other than Amber crashed out in somebody's live stream because she didn't like being talked about, I don't know. But here we are. Make of them what you will, I guess. They do absolutely nothing for me.
Rumors that were not true. Beck saw that I did that and then lashed out. Even though Beck had free range to say whatever they wanted.
Free range? Free reign to say whatever they wanted? Is that what you meant? Regardless, obviously you don't feel that way because this is the response you're still having even though Beck hasn't posted in a month.
Years and I did not say anything. The minute I said one thing to just like stick up for myself, they went ham. It truly felt like they were almost just like waiting in the corner to see if I spoke about them in like any sort of way that did not, you know, seem respectful or just like perfect under their eyes because they wanted that moment to pounce. So they took that and they just...
You wouldn't know anything about that, would you? This is some major projection on her part. She tried to drum up drama with Snowflake. She waited to find the tiniest little thing to pounce on. It didn't work. Now here we are.
Decided to make so many videos about me, lying, exaggerating, and sharing personal details of our relationship. I was very, very respectful to them, even during times where they were sharing things that genuinely hurt me. It wasn't until I realized that Beck was willing to lie that I realized, wait, I think I need to stick up for myself. It's all just giving weird energy to me, and I'm gonna move on now.
So that's it. Beck's a liar. Beck blah, blah, blah. It's Beck's fault. It's the audience's fault. It's not Amberlynn's fault. Again, I don't need Beck to be a perfect victim here to find them believable because, like I've said, it lines up with what we saw. And keep in mind that what we were seeing was Amber showing things in the best possible light for Amber. So yeah, I find Beck believable on this. Have there been things in the past in Girl World that have transpired around Beck that I don't fully believe Beck about? Absolutely. But this just isn't one of them. And it's not because I'm just itching to believe anyone but Amber and want to hate Amber. It's because Beck's story in the context of what we saw for years on Amber's channel is believable. Just like Destiny's story in the context of what we saw on Amber's channel is believable. I think Destiny's a piece of crap. I think Destiny and Beck both have things they still need to answer for. Beck has made an attempt to take some accountability, and I do commend them for that. But again, they don't need to be perfect to be believable in this instance. The rest of the video is just typical smuggling, making excuses about what she ate, everything else that's going on. And honestly, I don't really care. I've seen it before. Y'all have seen it before. You can fill in the blanks on your own without watching this mess. And there you have it. The woman who makes videos about herself for her very own YouTube channel with nearly 250,000 subscribers is being silenced by, let me check my notes here, the ex who she hasn't stopped disparaging online since they got together. Okay, cool, makes sense. It tracks, I guess. Nothing really changes in the Amberverse after all. That's all I've got for this one. Like and subscribe if that's your thing. It really helps a salty old girl out. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.
You watched it, didn't you?